Although it's a different time period, it's always a good time for Quora question time. Or let's check out today's questions. Let me see. We're actually catching up close to the month we're in. That is uncertainty. I'm not sure if you can use HTML for an app. Let me see. I have, okay, here we go. I have too many credit cards, but I've been told not to close them. This is one I want to pay off and not use. What should I do? Hmm. What is the best way someone has quit their job? Are we basically banned from going out in public? I'm looking for a job and I've got a life to live. Frankly, I don't care if I get a virus. Hmm. If a mob surrounds my car and begins breaking windows to the point I feel threatened, do I have the right to hit the gas pedal, mow over everyone blocking my way, and never let up until I'm safe? Hmm. Should a person be fired from his job for what he says and does off the job? Uh, let's let's see what people have to say about this. Is actually an interesting topic because they actually even off the clock they represent that company, so that's one thing. Get it? If you're asking for my opinion on this matter, the answer is yes. Check this out. This is an actual event that happened to me. In 2002, I was doing inspections for a company called Regional Reporting, which does inspections for insurance company like AIG. One day I got a general liability inspection request for an apartment complex in St. Petersburg, Florida. The inspection request had an out-of-town agent and no local contact information, so I could set up an appointment. I decided not to let that stop me from getting the inspection done. I went down to the apartment complex and found it was an upscale complex with probably 50 to 75 units and an in-house property management office in the main lobby. I walked to the main office and found a 20-something female who apparently had some exaggerated sense of self-worth. All a man had to do was talk to her, and she immediately assumed I was trying to hit on her. The problem was I had no insurance of her. I introduced myself and showed her my inspection request for the complex and got immediate impression that she was completely ignorant that insurance companies inspect places that they insure. Hmm. She was obnoxious and completely uncooperative to the point that she would not tell me the name of the apartment manager or even when I could find him on the property. Basically, she was determined to completely waste my trip down there. Now, uncooperative and obnoxious persons are something you deal with all of the time when you work as a loss control representative. Some people will tell you right to your face that they think your questions are not intelligible. You have to know how to deal with it. That's all there is to it. Anyway, I left the office pissed off because I had gotten nowhere to set up an inspection appointment. 2 days passed and I was writing up my reports, stopping to go on the interest to do some web browsing. After several minutes, I ran into a website that rated apartment complex buildings. Intrigued, I found the exact St. Pete apartment complex rating page. I immediately noticed that my inspection location had 5 negative remarks about the company management and one positive. I put 2 cents in about how obnoxious the office lady was. 2 days later, I got a call from the agent asking me to take down my online remark. I refused. In 2002, I had been doing inspections since 1997, and I worked with the general public, so I am not taking out a remark in this one situation that was asked my opinions of the place. One day after I told the agent I refused to take down my remarks, my boss, regional reporting, he basically told me that he would fire me if I didn't take down the remarks. I still refused, so he fired me over the phone. I never did another inspection for regional reporting again. I had done work for the company for 12 years, but none of that mattered. Yep, you can be fired for off job activities. Wow, that's unfortunate. Alright, what is the best way? Oh, hold on, let's continue. Continue. When, uh, when asked at an interview, do you have any more questions? What would be most useful to ask? What is the most meaningless complaint a customer has ever presented with you? Why are you so happy? Uber and Lyft drivers, what are some instant red flags that identify bad passenger? What was the bravest thing you ever did in a job interview? Why do people recommend saving small amounts daily to have 1 million at age 65? Would inflation make that 1 million worth every little? Um, let's see. Yes, the idea of starting at 25 with $500 per month will give you 1.58 million in 40 years. You will have paid in 240,000 in cash. The buying power that 1.8 represents using 2 to 3% average inflation makes the amount worth 400 to 500,000. So you're still doubling your money in buying power. Ah. Wow. But soon the million's gonna be like, it's whatever. The million's there in 40 years, you know. Wow. Wow. Okay, that's interesting. My IQ was about 120 to 130 when I was 12. I am 17 now. To what extent could it have changed until now? Do you ever get an order from someone who had absolutely no authority over you? What was it and what did you do? That's funny. What's a weird fact about the human psychology that blows your mind? All right, let's see. Look at this right here. Let's see. Here are the list of seems of here are my list of seems to be weird but psychology facts about human. Almost twice as many serial killers are born in November. Comedians are happy people, and happy people are actually more depressed than others. I heard of that one as well. Hold on. We change our voice when we talk to the people we like. Sarcasm increases creativity. What's up? This guy. Dancing often increases happiness. Being a perfectionist can result in stress and depression. Yeah, that's why I gave that a long. I was like perfection. I said I just want to get something out. I don't care if it's income. I don't care if it's like sloppy, but it's something, you know. Want to know if someone's watching you? Just yawn and look around. Yawning is highly contagious, so if someone's watching you, he will yawn too. You can't swallow and breathe at the same time. Washing your hands makes you more optimistic. If you want someone to like you, ask them for a small favor like book or pen. That's I heard of that psychology phenomenon. That's cognitive dissonance. So that's when you perform an action and then you start saying, maybe I actually like doing it. You know, that reminds me of the old study about where two conditions were one was higher paid and one was lower paid. The person who was lower paid ended up saying, maybe I like doing this, you know, flipping the table like 20 times. So yep, I remember that. Women who smile more often are more attractive. Men who smile less and appear serious, on the other hand, are more attractive. Mm-hmm. To win at the rock, scissors, paper game, right before playing, ask your opponent a random question. Most of the time, because of the confusion, he will throw scissors. Oh, that's so dirty. I'm gonna try it though. Convincing your brain you slept convincing your brain you slept well tricks your brain into thinking it did. Your favorite song is probably your favorite because you associate with an emotional event in your life. People who lost their virginity late 19 and older have a higher income, education, and healthier relationship later in life than those who lost their virginity earlier. Girls don't like being stared at unless they are already staring at you. Hmm. If you want to get a positive response from someone, nod when you talk. He'll more likely agree on what you're saying. Most of interest trolls are narcissistic, sadistic, and psychopathic in nature. Never put your favorite song as the alarm. You'll end up hating it. What? I'll have to disagree on that one. Because I still listen to Run Away. Women look more attractive when they're fertile. When you can't get a person out of your head, they're thinking about you too. That's BS. Okay, if you ever had a hard time remembering something, try pressing your fist when you think about the question and subject. I've done this technique before. I'm not sure if it's effective. Fold your arms when you talk. If this other person did not do the same, they're not interested in talking with you. Ah, yeah, this is called mirroring right here. So they're mirroring it. Yep. Okay. Talking to yourself can make your brain more efficiently. If a person says little but say a person says little but talk quickly, then he is hiding something. Bonus figure till you make it. Some of those are I don't know. Let's continue though. What are signs of the people with high IQ? Mm, how does the Who view the real profile? Okay. What are the 10 life hacks that every 18 to 25-year-old needs to know? Is a high Q sometimes a handicap? What was the bravest thing you ever did at a job? Oh, okay, that's recycle. How can you tell people are talking trash behind your back? If you lost a six-figure salary job and were having difficulty finding another job in your field, would you take a minimum wage job in the meantime? Why or why not? Let's see what this person has to say. Okay. On Thursday morning, I was making 70K programming in 2004. That would be 100K in today's dollars. Before I finished my morning coffee, my job was outsourced. I had a little surveillance money and some savings. On Saturday morning, I took my wife to get her hair done at the mall. While she did that, I went to a department store and applied for a job selling shoes. I was hired on the spot. On Sunday, I applied for a dozen or so programming jobs. On Monday, I started training at the department store. On Wednesday, I got a call for programming job interview. The following Monday, I was hired to program. I gave a notice at the department store. I worked there 2 weeks. Wow. After working at my new programming job for 3 weeks, I asked my new boss why he had hired me. I didn't know the language they used or the field in which they worked. He told me that it didn't matter to him. Languages are languages, and he has subject matter experts on staff to answer any questions I had. He liked that I got a job selling shoes immediately after getting laid off. Yes, I put it on my resume. I am never ashamed of having honest work. He said he sees resumes all the time for people who are out of work for months, but are too proud to take a job that they consider beneath them. He wanted someone who was willing to work. I stayed on the job for most of 12 years. He became my mentor and remains so until today. He is retired, but I still call him for advice when I have a sticky situation. Edit, many people have mentioned that some bosses won't hire someone who took a step down. People have biases, and that one is as good as any other. I'll admit that this was the only interview at the time. Not sure how many resumes I sent in, but I'm sure it was a bunch. I admit that I was lucky in timing. I needed a job at the exact moment a person who felt the way he did needed someone. Never underestimate the power of randomness in the universe. Edit 2. Thanks for all the comments. I appreciate the time you took to respond. I don't get notified on every comment, so I feel to thank you or reply. It's only because I didn't see your comment. Isn't newer. I have a lot of ego so invested in. Some folks think I who do UK is not have included in the job on my resume. I would not do that today and advise people to have a unique focused resume for each job they apply for. I was lucky that the mistake I made went to a person who appreciated it. Hmm, interesting. Uh, let's see. Let me see. What is the hardest language? Hold on, wait, let me see. Hold on. Okay. What are some small things that matter a lot? Oh, let's see. Let's see. Hmm. What are some small things that matter a lot? If you hurt someone, no matter how long it takes, you apologize. People don't forget how you made them feel. Huh. Okay. Number two. If someone does you a small favor, thank them. Everyone wants to feel appreciated. If someone takes time out to do something nice for you, you make sure you show the gratitude by doing something nice for them. Everyone's busy nowadays and not everyone cares. 4. Most people are very emotional. So remember a few negative words can easily break someone's heart. Thus think before you speak. Don't ever disrespect something that means a lot to someone. Destroying people's precious moments in life is vile. Some only have memories to live with. 6. Actions. You don't have to be verbal to hurt someone. Sometimes negative actions are enough. Body language also plays an important role in communication. A simple dirty look can knock someone's self-esteem. It can heighten self-consciousness, especially for someone who suffers from body dysmorphic disorder. 7. This nicely moves me on to my next point. Be kind always. Everyone is suffering to some extent if it doesn't show on the surface. If you're kind, you have nothing to lose, and in return will earn respect and admiration from people. But if you're not, you will only break hearts, and people remember you for that. 8. Believing in someone. This might be small for you, but it is everything to someone else. People need motivation to thrive. Some seek it from people. If you believe in someone, it shows that you care. Never give up on people you care about. Always be there and support them. It can give them a reason to keep going. That is so true. Very true. 9. Objects. It can be a teddy bear or a toy. It holds significance. Therefore, don't touch anything that isn't yours. People have precious memory attached to objects. To you, it might hold zero significance, but to them, it's everything. 10. People will need some form of help in life. Help someone if they ask for you for help, and don't refuse unless you have a valid reasons. It is these little acts of kindness that build a positive relationship and restore faith in humanity again. Now about this one, sometimes you help them, right? You can help them, but then, it's the same Spanish, no sabe cómo agradecer, So you gotta watch out for that. So even if you help them so many times, they turn them back and say hurtful things to you or do some negative actions. So in that case, just cut the bridge, burn the bridge, and say, all right, I'm never crossing that bridge again. So sometimes you gotta watch out for this number 10. So only help, if they're nice, But if you help and they're being mean, forget about them. That's all I want to say today. Uh, this is me. Thanks for tuning in for Core Questions. Adios.